Hello guys, and welcome to another weekly vlog with my grey roots and untidy hair. Guess where I'm going today? I don't know why I'm smiling, I bloody hate going to the hairdressers. That's where I'm going. Let me just get out onto this main road. So, I'm going to the hairdressers to have the old roots done. It's like a 10 to 12 weekly thing. I'm going back then once before I go on holiday. She won't lighten it again before I go on holiday because she says good for her, because she could have got more money out of me by just lightening it, because it costs more money to do that. But she said if she lightens it close to when I'm going to Florida, because it's so hot and sunny there, whatever it is that they use on the hair to lighten it, it can really damage your hair being out in like such strong sunlight, and it can make it really brittle. So she says, no, we'll just do your roots until you come back and then we'll lighten again. So just the roots done today, and then I need to go to Pets at Home to try and pick up some dog sunscreen. Everything I can see online is SPF 15, but it recommends SPF 30. Dobby's got like a completely white chest and her hair is very thin to the point you can see through to her skin, which is a very common thing for the breed. Like greyhounds and lurchers have it as well. And because it's completely white and the hair's really thin, I don't want her catching sun on her chest. So everything I can see online for SPF 30 is like 20 quid. And it's like, geez, and it's not a big thing either. So apparently Pets at Home do one that's SPF 30 for about £12. So that's where I'm off to after the hairdressers. Isaac is at home revising some Spanish. His exams start tomorrow. He did some geography revision this morning, but he was able to do that in like 15 minutes because he knows most of it. Spanish is going over. I'm going to sort of ask him when I get home. Then he's going to have a relaxing evening, not thinking about exams. Saturday coming, we're going to the cinema to see the new Spider-Man movie with a couple of Isaac's pals. What else? I don't think there's anything else to tell you at the minute. Yeah, there's something, but there's this. This is a bit of an awkward one. Right, I'm part of, on Facebook, different movie communities. So different people that have YouTube channels that are like maybe bigger channels have groups, and it's basically all movie lovers are in there chatting, and they all kind of know each other. There's this guy that a week or so ago sent me a couple of really short messages. He's someone that everyone in the movie community knows. I don't know him very well. He sent me a couple of messages, a couple of lines long each, along the lines of, you know, the usual, you're really beautiful, blah blah blah, just things that weren't really appropriate, and I ignored the message. Now my normal response to that would be to block the person. Maybe that's a bit horrible, but you know, when you can tell the way it's written, it was like really sleazy, and I'm like not someone that, you know, it's very very clear on my profile I'm married, I've got a child, you know, I don't flirt with people. There's never any wrong signals, and I don't even know this guy, and I ignored it. And you know, I thought, I'm not going to block the person because, you know, we're on the same movie group. I don't want to start someone, because some guys can take real offense if you like react badly to their advances. So I just thought I'll ignore it. So I ignored it, and I've just opened up I don't check my Facebook messages very often at all, because I don't have time. There's too many in there, and then people get bent out of shape if they know you've been in there and you haven't responded to them. Don't even get me started on that. But this guy last night sent me like 10 messages, and then he unsent them all, so I don't know what he said. Obviously I didn't read it because I wasn't on, but he sent me like 8 to 10 messages one after the other, and then he's went on and unsent them all. And it's like, what? I don't really know what to do. It's like, do I block him? But because I'm not about to go onto this group and say, right, this guy keeps messaging me, blah blah blah, I'm not about to do that. Oh, can I get past this in time? I don't know. But at the same time, if I ignore it, is he going to keep doing it? I really don't know what to do. It's one of those scenarios where, as a woman, you really should not have to be dealing with it, and it keeps coming up. It's not the first, and I'm sure every other woman in the community has it as well, and I'm sure most have it a lot more than me, with me being considerably older than a lot of women in the movie community. I'm sure they get hit with it constantly. But it's really uncomfortable, and my mind saying, what the hell did he say in all those messages? Tons of them. I mean, I hadn't responded, and he sent like 8 or 10 one after the other. My last experience of that was not responding, and then the guy got really... I can see you don't like to take the time to talk to me, Lisa, he said. And he was someone in the movie community as well. It's just really frustrating from a female perspective that you have to tolerate it. Like, why, guys? I would not dream, if I was a single girl and I fancied someone, I don't even know if he's single, to be honest with you, because I know nothing about him. I would not dream of persistently emailing someone to try and come on to them, especially someone that was married. I wouldn't even dream of thinking about that. I don't get where these guys get off. Honestly though, it's like, whatever happened to just being online talking about films, a bit of fun. Right guys, I'm almost I apologise, that's a right shape. Right, I'll be at the hairdresser soon. I shall go now guys, and I shall check in when I come out. Oh guys, I'm out with my tidier hair. I'm convinced it's getting darker each time I go. So when the sun hits it, it looks sort of like a reddy colour. But it was a bit light. I did ask for red, to be fair. My face is very red because I'm very warm, which doesn't look the best with red hair and a red face. I am now heading to Pets at Home to try and pick up some, what I told you earlier, what was it? Sunscreen for dogs. And Darren needs some parcel tape, so there's a B&M near it, so I'll see if they've got any parcel tape and get myself a drink because I'm gasping. So yeah, my hair's nice and tidy. My hair's tidy once every 3 months on the day that I come out of the hairdresser, so yeah, I'll go. I'll not waffle guys because there's nothing much else to tell you. I'm sure you could be doing without my waffle. Trying to concentrate. Roundabout. I can't switch off when I'm on a roundabout because... Oh yeah, you'd be coming around, wouldn't you, with no indicator on. Honestly, people in this town, it seems to be something about my hometown. People just do not know how and when to use indicators. They either don't or they do it wrong. Right. I've got the right away here, I'm sure. It's a weird little, like, pimple in the road and I never know who's got the bloody right away. Right, I'll go guys. I'll catch up with you guys later. Hello guys. Yes, I've got hair blowing all over the place because the car is like a sweatbox. So I've got the aircon on quite high. I've just got into it, just reversing out of the old driveway. Yes, going into my mum's. It is a lovely day today, as you may sort of realise by me having aircon on. You can't really see out the window. Look at that lovely day. There are clouds in the sky, but not rain clouds. There's no rain forecast for like a week here, and it's like, what? No rain for a week in Ireland? The fields will all be going yellow. So into my mum's today. I would imagine she'll want to go downtown. It's going to be really warm pushing a wheelchair downtown in that today, but what can you do? This is really... So, as you know, I went to the hairdressers yesterday, so my hair's still nice and tidy. I did my rock fit last night and I was like, oh, I want to do rock fit, I'm going to ruin my hair. Like, my hair is so seldom tidy. Well, you'll know because you see me every week. My hair is usually really frizzy and, you know, quite thick, but when I go to the hairdressers it's like much thinner and tidier and sleeker. So I try to enjoy it for a couple of days, well, for a good half week before I have to wash it. I only wash my hair twice a week. People go, ugh, because it used to be only once a week when my hair was really long. Purely because I've got scalp psoriasis, which means this is horrible guys, when I wash my hair, my entire head scales over, and it's like almost having sunburn but dry, and you can pick big pieces off your scalp. It's at its worst when I wash it, because you lift all the natural oils, and the doctor did tell me that do not wash your hair all the time because it makes it worse. I can't use medicated shampoos because it burns my head. Yeah, so I'll not be washing this for at least about 3-4 days. Dirty beggar I am, but there you are. I don't understand people, and this is probably most people, see people that wash their hair every single day and take the time to dry it and straighten it. It's like, there's too much to be doing in life to be doing all that with your appearance. I mean, really? When I wash my hair, it gets put back in a clip or something until it dries. I don't even use the blow dryer on my hair now. I think when I first got it cut, I kind of had to straighten it, or it looked stuck out so far, but now it's getting a bit longer. This is really boring, I do apologise. I curled it a couple of times as well, but I just, especially in warm weather, really can't be bothered. I just leave it, and whatever it does, which is why I take full advantage of it being nice and tidy after the hairdressers. I don't think there's anything really to tell you. Isaac starts his exams today. He's got Spanish and geography today. Tomorrow he has got English and Irish. So yeah, what a lovely week. I mean, it's going to be the best week's weather we've had this year so far, all this week, and the kids are sitting in exams all week. Friday night the Scouts are going to a town called Port Stewart, which has got a big beach. It's surf night, they're going paddle boarding and all that sort of thing, and me and Darren are, God love these children, me and Darren are running the barbecue for them. They were looking for parent volunteers, they couldn't get any, and they were going to have to cancel having a barbecue for the kids on the beach. So me and Darren I volunteered Darren, let's put it that way. He's a better cook than I am, so I'm really happy to help, but I didn't want to be doing it on my own. They says you've got about 60 people to feed. So me and Darren shall be on Port Stewart Beach on Friday night barbecuing for 60 kids. So I'll film little bits if I can. You have to be careful, obviously, other people's kids. Anyway, I shall go now, and I'll check in with you later in the week if there's anything of any interest to tell you. But this drive in, I shall just enjoy some tunes and enjoy the nice weather, and hope all is well at my mum's with no more stress to ruin the day. And yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. Josephine's here. There she is. Hello. Hello, Josephine. Need to get my bags. Yep. Wednesday. Sorting through some pictures. Look. Nursery. P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. There's no P6 because COVID. P7. First year. Year 8. All the school photos. Don't you be stepping on the bloody photos. Look at the mess of that wall with pictures. We're wallpapering it black, and I've got a Starry Night print to go on it, so my god. Hello! Really quickly, it is Friday evening. Just waiting on Darren. We are going to Port Stewart Strand Beach with the Scouts. Me and Darren are doing the barbecue because they couldn't get anybody else to do it, so we volunteered. Going to pick up Robert and Kayla. Robert has been ill since Wednesday, has been off school Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and is going tonight for reasons best known to himself. His sister lost her swimming costume. Her mum says, "Oh, I don't know if she's going to find it. I'll let you know." I've had nothing. I've had no message. So we shall see what happens when I get there. General. So yeah, I will do some footage on the beach. I'm just fixing the time on this. Daylight savings time, that's what the problem is.
Yeah, because it reset.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll do some video when we're there. The minibus journey will be interesting, I'm sure, because a minibus will not have sat in it, won't have aircon. So it'll be bloody roasted. So I haven't brought, should I bring some sort of hoodie for him? Do you think it'll be warm enough?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but what if it's cold on the beach?
I don't care if it's cold.
Right, if you get cold, there's put two t-shirts on, it's all I can suggest.
Okay.
Oh, Isaac, you should really have had a hoodie. It could be freezing on the beach, Isaac. There could be a wind.
Do you want me to go and get a hoodie?
It's fine.
Leave it as it is. I'm fed up of telling him. He
Do you
should
want me
know
to
by
get a hoodie,
now.
Isaac? Right, I'm going to get one because...
I said no!
What are you going to do, Isaac, if we're going to the coast, Isaac? The sun's going to go down and it's cold at the coast. So what are you going to do then?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Probably just deal with it.
What, by crying?
No, by just dealing with it.
No, you don't deal with it, though. You just cry and whinge.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do, Isaac. I'm cold, I'm cold.
No, I don't.
I want to go home.
No, I don't.
You what? You do, Isaac?
No, I don't.
You shout again, Isaac, or you go back in the house and you won't go.
Let me get there, Isaac. Can you go out and get them to put their stuff in the boot?
Yeah.
So it's not all in the back.
We're still recording.
Oh, for flip's sake. Here we are with Isaac and Ruben. Timber. And the other bus is just... Timber!
I've got paracetamol in there. You think I'm joking?
Hello, it is Saturday. We are going to get two of Isaac's mates and we are going, Callum and Daniel, and we are going to see Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Today, so I'm expecting it to be good. I've heard it's good. I heard one person that had a bit of a complaint about it being a bit too slow, but we shall see. And then we're going for a bite to eat after. But one of the wee lads, Callum, he's got exceptionally bad allergies. Not the main allergies is peanuts and chicken, but he can't eat from any takeaway in Ballymena. He can't eat any snacks in the cinema, so his mum basically has to... Where's he put that?
Back.
Right, well Daniel's going to be getting in there, so you need to move it to the middle, Isaac. Isaac, just move it to the middle so Daniel doesn't stand on it or sit on it.
I'm sure he's not making a big fucking palaver about the bag in the back.
So, no, I told them to move it because they wouldn't do that. They would just sit on it or stand on it, wherever it was. So we'll see what this is like. I'm expecting it to be very busy today. There's a thing on out here today called the Frog Run, which is Fun Run of the Glens. Fun Run my arse. The lowest amount you can do, I think, is 25 miles. Is it kilometres or miles? 25, 50 and 100 kilometres.
12, 25, 50.
Oh, there's a 12 as well. Right. The guy that drove the minibus last night, did he say he did the 50?
He did the cycling one.
Yeah. You can cycle it or run it, basically. He did a 50-mile cycling one. I'm like, Jesus. So, yeah, we shall let you know what the film... I'm not obviously going to record Isaac's friends because I'm sure their parents wouldn't want them put up on the internet, so I shall...
They both have YouTube channels.
No, but Isaac, that's different. It's not my place to put them on the thing. So I'll find out what they thought of it and I'll let you know, and you can get 3 12-year-olds' viewpoints of it as well. So yeah, I shall catch up with you guys later. Very busy today at Spider-Man. It's too dark, I'm probably not picking anything up.
Spugma!
No.
That's what you call it.
Yeah. Hello, it is Sunday, 18 degrees. I just had to remove a post off Facebook saying, my God, another week and no rain. One person told me I was jinxing it and another person told me it's probably going to rain now, and I thought, oh, to hell with you. So I just deleted it. Honest to God, miserable people, you can't say that it's nice weather or it'll rain. It's like, weary willies, like me on Facebook saying, isn't it nice weather? It's going to cause it to rain. I don't understand these people.
You know what's funny? It's raining really heavily right now.
Oh, I wish I had that kind of power, Isaac. I'd use it for stuff more interesting than making it rain. If I could control the weather, I'd make the lightning strike next door. That was evil. Would be true though. What was I going to say? She's still coming and going, but like I said to Darren, when we move, we've moved a lot. When we've moved between houses, you know when your move day is, and between then, you sort of like go back and forth a lot, and each time you go in the car, you almost fill your car, so that on moving day, the only thing to be moved is loads of boxes and furniture. But every time she comes and goes, the most she's got is like a plastic bag, and I don't mean a bin liner, I mean a plastic bag. So unless she's just leaving everything to do. What?
She isn't the brightest.
Well, she isn't the brightest, Isaac, but you would think she's moving in with someone. Surely he's got a brain in his head to say, why aren't you? So we're still...
It's with her, why would it brand it?
It's one of those things that's like, I really hope it's... I do think it's true because she's barely there. But I just think it's really silly that she's not like helping prepare in advance or anything. But anyway, that's besides the point. So we never told you what we thought of Spider-Man. I'm taking a bit of a break from my main channel for a couple of months. Not like a massive break, just like I'm not doing weekly watches every week or anything like that, but I'll do the odd list out of my book. But it means I'll not really be doing Come With Me unless I feel like it, and we had 2 kids with us yesterday, so I didn't really want to be filming. We went to see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and we all really enjoyed it. The animation was just stunning. It's one of those things I can imagine people that work in that field, you know, that understand more about it than I would do. I was just blown away by it. I'm sure they're sitting with their mouth open at just so many different styles of animation melded together. And if you were to slow it down or watch it again, you'll always see something that you missed the first time. There's so much going on.
I have a ton of experiment games, and when it showed a ton of different things,
Easter eggs that popped up if you're, you know, a fan of the whole Spider-Man thing in the games. But yeah, we all really enjoyed it. Few people are saying it's too long. Someone said it's too flashy. By that I thought he meant fancy, but what he meant was for people that have like processing difficulties with flashing things, it's difficult to watch.
You should have had a warning before it started.
Which I can understand, absolutely. It is. There's a lot of like flashing imagery, but we all loved it. I think the boys that we brought really enjoyed it too. Well, they didn't make a noise all the way through. I know one of the wee lads was like really disappointed there. You see, it's a two-part thing, and obviously a 12-year-old wants to see the story resolved, and he wanted to see the big boss fight. But that's going to be in part 2. But I think they really enjoyed it. They seemed to. I know Isaac didn't. I know Darren did. Is there anything you just want to say about it?
The ending was quite good.
Oh, don't say anything that
I'm
happened.
not going to. I'm just saying the ending was quite good. What they did.
It was all very good. I just couldn't get over the animation. It just looked amazing. It was just like watching an art masterpiece for like 2 hours. It was.
Take on me through Kaleidoscope on LSD.
We all liked. No, I can't. Just in case anybody hasn't seen it, because
No,
you don't want character. There's a character in it that we all really like the style of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So we'll not say who that is. When you watch it, you'll probably know. Just a really cool character. There's so many different, like in the first one, so many different like versions of in different dimensions of Spider-Man. And it's
Spider-Man were just awesome.
It's really cool seeing all that. But yeah, big thumbs up. If you can get to see it in the cinema, go see it in the cinema. It's one of those that just really translates very well on the big screen.
That would have been good in the Galactic screen.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it. So we'll be going to see, obviously, the second part when it comes out. I think it's next year. Other than that, on Friday night, you will have seen some footage. A little bit. I didn't get to film very much. On the beach, the Scouts had a surf night. I did allude to telling you why I wasn't very pleased, and I'll tell you now. So they'd asked for parent helpers that had been vetted, like gone through the access checks to help with the barbecue. Now apparently you were alright, but I said you'd been access checked when you coached for Scouts, but I didn't know how long it was valid for. But they said it's, you know, like something like twice a year it's fine for a person to just help out without the checks. So that was fine. Anyway, I volunteered, Darren, because I wasn't going to stand myself, and can you imagine just me and that leader stood doing that barbecue all night?
Who was that woman?
She's one of the leaders.
You are joking.
She's brand new though. She basically joined Dana Isaac. She got made a leader at the end of last year. Well, maybe to Isaac that is ages. But she was a volunteer. She's one of the parents of one of the Scouts, and she was an occasional helper like me. And she now is a leader. That's what they want to happen, people to volunteer, to enjoy it, and then to become leaders.
She had a really bad habit of not knowing what she was doing, so you explain to her what needs doing, and then she preaches to you about what you've just taught her that needs to be done. And it was like,
let
excuse me?
Let me explain that. Darren and this woman, Dana, I think her name is, they're both quite my way, and they didn't like want to do it the same way, and they both got their backs up, so I just left them to it.
Let's be.
No, look, we don't need to.
She wasn't supposed to be doing what I was doing, but she ended up taking over. She kept on telling me I was doing it wrong, and then she ended up doing what I was doing because she found out, oh, you can do that. And it was like, what?
Never argue with a man in a barbecue. That's the moral of the story. So the three of us were stood doing the barbecue, and there were 60 kids to feed, and there were kids from another Scout group that was with them. Obviously we don't recognise any of the faces, and the kids weren't coming up saying, can I have a burger, can I have a hot dog, can I have a burger and a hot dog? Then they would go and they would eat it, and they would come back for more, and it was constant. Then I'd Robert, can I have some cheese? Isaac, can I have some cheese? And just kids generally, can I, for like however long it was. But what really irritated me, getting to the bottom of it, was the original message that came out said that all the leaders would be there initially, and then they had to, 6 of them had to go to do a canoe training course to enable them to run like canoe camps. for scouts, and they would be leaving halfway through the night, but there were 3 leaders that would be in charge. Would be supervising the kids. Now obviously me and Darren were there to do the barbecue, that was it. But 2 of the people that were I didn't see who the third one was, there wasn't one. There were 2 leaders supervising the kids. One of them went in about 45 minutes after the scouts hit the sea, and he was more interested in riding his big paddleboard up and down than anything else. And the other one I refer to as Penfold because he just hasn't a clue. He's just gormless. He's a nice man, but he's gormless. He was in the sea, but nobody knew where he was. But the point is, there's like 60 kids and people younger than Isaac. Isaac's 12 and there's kids younger than him there.
No, I don't see.
And I'm walking up and down the coast trying, and there's so many kids, and I'm thinking something's going to happen. It's just, for this, not that I'm religious, but the saying for the grace of God that nothing happened. Because if something had have happened, it would have been up to the kids to sort it themselves, because then I had to leave to do the barbecue. So I'm running between trying to watch kids, trying to help with the barbecue, because you've 2 cooking, and then someone else had to be constantly getting cheese and baps and throwing stuff in the bin and getting drinks and all this stuff, back forth. And then they weren't coming out of the sea, and I'm looking at my watch. It's like, well, if we have to leave at this time and we have to feed 60 kids, they need to be coming out. And then half of them went to a building to get changed, half of them went in a bus to get changed, half of them are stood in their wet stuff. You know, it's like, it was just constant. But there was no organisation about it, because the guys that were in charge just can't organise. The woman that usually organises was one of the ones on the training course. But they were meant to be there for a portion of the night, and they weren't there at all at any stage in the night, which pretty much made me feel like I had to step into a position that I wasn't there to do. And then one of them says, right, you know, have you got all the names on a list? And I'm thinking, you know what do you mean have I got all their names on a list to do a roll call? I'm here to do a bloody barbecue. I didn't say that. And
he asked me first, I'm like, I don't have the list, I'm not even in the group.
So I had, like, there was a list that was sent out on parents just to tell them what kids were on what bus. So I got that out and I give it, oh no, I can't do it, my hands are wet. So I'm stood there calling out kids' names who have no idea who they are. And I said to him, Eugene, there's no point doing this now, because half the kids are on the bus and half the kids are up in there getting changed. They're not here. I'm just stood here shouting at empty air. It's not like I could look at the list and go, oh, there's that person, because I don't know them. So it was organised really badly. The kids enjoyed it and the kids had fun, so that's the main thing. And that's why I had to go down and try and get them out of the bloody sea. I managed to get Isaac's attention after about 20 minutes, and then Robert and Ruben was following him, and then they seemed to go back in again. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, why has Eugene, who's the leader, or Martin, who's the other leader, why had they not thought to themselves, right, it's X time, we have to be left at this time, kids have to eat, have to get changed, have to get back on the buses, but no one had organised that. And it wasn't my place to organise that, but I felt I had to go down and start getting people out of the sea. It's like, ugh. So I wasn't best pleased. The organisation left a lot to be desired. So that was Friday night. Lovely weather though, really nice today again. It's supposed to be nice next week. Isaac's got his sports day tomorrow at school, so that'll be a bloody ice cream van. We never had ice cream vans in tuck shops at sports day. Kids don't know they're living these days. You take your time eating your ice cream.
Beep him. Get out of the way. He's telling me to fuck off. Fucking arsehole. Deliberately slowing down to make you stop.
And there's a crossing.
If I were driving, I'd have pulled over then and gone, I think you fucking what?
Well, I'll tell you why I didn't, because just down the road was one of them guys from Fright Night, Northern Ireland. He was just looked around when I beeped. I have a feeling he lives around here somewhere. Oh, for sake. Perfect placement. And the thing's still going. Right, I'll keep that on.
Keep that in, yeah.
Two people walking across the road eating ice creams at slow a pace as they can manage, about 20 feet from a zebra crossing.
And then slowed down when you got close to them.
And then he says, beep, beep, beep. I probably wouldn't have beeped, but Darren's going, beep, beep, beep. So I beeped, and then they got aggressive, which is what happens.
the wing number.
Right, if you've got, make sure you've got everything out with you. I think you've just dropped keys by the sound of things. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Next week there's not much going on. I say Isaac's got a sports day tomorrow, but we don't get to go to the secondary school sports day, only primary school. And yeah, I shall check in with you guys next week. I will be keeping up the vlogs, even though I'm taking a break from YouTube. It's just like every week doing weekly watches. Sometimes you just want to, you know, just do nothing. But my vlogs just follow me about waffling, so I like to do those. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I shall catch up with you next week.